GBK Hawk, Seahawks trade for Taysom Hill, maybe a 6th-round pick. He could make the quarterback room real fun in Seattle. Oh, boy, where do I go with this one? Taysom Hill is a shitty quarterback because he's not a quarterback. He can't throw. He's out here taking giant crow hops and underthrowing the guy by 15 yards. Like, he throws arm punts. I don't want him in Seattle. I will make note that trading him for the Saints at this stage with his contract saves them $1.1 million this year and about $50,000, not even $50,000 next year. So I kind of think he's just going to be back as that like special teamer, tight end, H-back, read option guy. He's not a QB. He's not. I can't believe I'm saying this. I would rather play Drew Lock. From Michael, should Seattle get Drew Brees to teach Lock or a rookie QB? I don't think Brees wants to come teach. Like, I think if Brees wanted to do that, he could be a quarterback coach in the offseason. He could be just a QB coach. I don't think Drew Brees is coming back because he doesn't have the physical talent to do so. And I don't know how many NFL teams would actually want him. Like, if you want the vet mentor guy, you can find that type of player who is cheaper, isn't going to command, like, I want to start with this money, blah, blah, blah. So I think for Seattle, have Drew Brees around your franchise. That's fine, cool. But, like, having him come in and play and start for you, it's just not going to do anything in the end. Got way off track on the last question. Totally misread it. From Crack Niner, will anyone trade for Jimmy Garoppolo? Maybe. This has been an unusual situation overall as it relates to the Niners and their former franchise QB. I was convinced he would be gone by the first day of the new league year, and then he had the shoulder surgery, and it messed up everything. John Lynch said, we have an offer of 2 second-round picks. No, you didn't. Liar. And if you aren't lying, you should be fired because that is gross malpractice of your organization. Now, whether it's a release or a trade, 5 teams I think could make some sense. Restructured contract? Stay in San Francisco. Cut Seattle. Backup option only. Be a great mentor for Zach Wilson in New York. 2 teams I think could have some interest. Probably more so via cut. But trade also makes sense for them. Houston Texans, your dark horse there. And the Carolina Panthers because Sam Darnold is not it. And I will slander him every chance. Because it's not slander if you're right. So will the Niners trade Jimmy Garoppolo, or will they just keep him or be forced to cut him? Will that trade go down? Y for yes or N for no? What do you think ends up happening with the Niners and Jimmy G? This is the pinned comment on today's video. So if the ad break comes here, take advantage of it. Head down there and let me know. From Chris, is Cam Newton going to play again in the NFL? I don't know. Newton is not what he was in his prime, and his play style doesn't necessarily lend itself to being the ideal backup QB because his passing, as you saw this past year, took a bit of a step down. And even in the bad quarterback room in Carolina, wasn't ideal from that standpoint. Now, I do think the mobility does bring value for Cam as a backup QB, and it's a matter of how teams would think he would fare as that vet mentor guy because he ain't going to start for you anymore. So I think there are some teams that could be interested in Cam Newton. Baltimore Ravens, if you want a more proven backup over Tyler Huntley, who is a mobile quarterback, fits the mold, right? Denver's thin behind Russell Wilson. Indy behind Matt Ryan. Carolina, of course, could always bring back the franchise icon. Houston could have a better backup QB than Kyle Allen, who I think is terrible. Tennessee, if Malik Willis isn't ready, it's actually a decent mentor play style guy to have both on your roster. Niners are my dark horse. If you want that mobile quarterback to back up Trey Lance, I think is actually a good fit. And how about dark horse Seattle, since I think they have one of the, if not the worst quarterback rooms in the NFL. So will Cam Newton play this year? 1 for yes, he's going to get at least 1 more year in the NFL, or 0 for no, he is simply done at this point. This is going to be the pinned comment on today's video. So if the ad break comes here on YouTube, type in 1 for yes or 0 for no. From Inaki Williams, where will Baker Mayfield play this year? I don't know. Anywhere to an extent. The market for Baker has not gone the way the Browns thought it was going to. Plus, I think teams are mad at them for fully guaranteeing Watson's salary. Some teams to keep an eye out for. Via trade or cut. First two are probably more cut. Second three are trades with the Browns eating some money. Lions and Giants, let them compete. Bring them in on a cheap one-year deal. See what happens. Texans, sign or trade him and have him compete with Davis Mills. Carolina and Seattle. Their starters are Sam Darnold and Drew Lock, and those guys aren't good at football, like objectively speaking. So why not bring in Baker? He probably is a better option than those two guys. So I want you guys to answer the other question here from Manaki. Where will Baker Mayfield play in 2022? Head down to the comments section and make your predictions. This question is the pinned comments on today's video. So if you're watching on YouTube and the ad break comes here, take advantage of it. Head down there and let me know. From Ricky Slicks, JC Tretter to Miami. Will keeps talking about JC to Miami. Yeah, I know he does. Makes sense. Tretter's in a weird spot where he should have been signed already. And in years past, when we've seen older offensive linemen remain unsigned, they often don't get signed. Remember Russell Okung, starter, unsigned still. It's weird, right? I think there are some injury concerns, and I think him being the NFL union head for the players is not helping his cases. With that said, 6 teams should go sign him. The Dolphins, Minnesota, Dallas, Las Vegas, New York Giants, and Seattle. He is an upgrade at center over all of those teams' current options. Miami in particular should sign J.C. Tretter. I unfortunately am unconvinced he's going to, even though he should sign with an NFL team. He's still a good player. Do you think he will end up signing that J.C. Tretter? That is. Type in Y for yes or type in N for no. From 30 Racks, who's your early offensive and defensive player of the year? Okay, let me go with, I'm going to go Drake London for the Atlanta Falcons because it's him and Kyle Pitts catching passes. Oh, I read that as rookie of the year. Sorry. Jeff's face is like, I'm like, what are you talking? Offensive and defensive. Okay, not rookies. My bad. Offensive player of the year. It's not going to go back. Josh Allen. Give me Josh Allen. Runner-up, Justin Herbert. Defensive player of the year. Let's go back to the Aaron Donald well, who will once again win that award. And maybe a guy like Micah Parsons makes a good run at it as well. From Alec G. Which NFL team will be expected to make the playoffs and miss, and vice versa? So about every year, before they added the extra wild card spot, about 4 teams who made it last year didn't make it the next season. The ones that jump out to me, well, Pittsburgh's pretty obvious, I think, from that standpoint. Patriots as well. I think the Chargers will be able to make it in. Now, if you're talking about this year and the expectations of making it, I could see a team like Arizona kind of collapsing a little bit this year, like they've done in the past when they don't have their best playoff stuff. The surprise team, and I don't know if they're there yet, but the shocking team could be someone like the Jets. They take a massive step forward and wow everybody. I think it'd be more likely a surprise NFC team ends up emerging. The Saints might count in that category, but I feel like people think they're good enough still. It's a great question, Alkins. We might do a full video on that in the future. Now, we have daily NFL shows and NBA coverage as well here at Chat Sports. If you want that all for free, it's pretty easy to get. All you have to do is hit that big red button and subscribe for free NFL videos and NBA and even some college football stuff here as well. YouTube.com/ChatSportsTV. From Smokey McKenzie, who said he recently subbed. Thank you, Smokey. Most overrated team and most underrated NFL team. Probably a show we'll do, well, a video we'll do an entire thing on, just over and underrated teams. Overrated teams right now. A little bit worried about Tennessee, by the way, and Green Bay. Now, the NFC side from Green Bay, they'll win the division. No problems there. I'm worried about them. Underrated teams that I see out there. Ravens. They went 9-8 because of injuries last year. I think the Ravens are going to be a very real playoff threat this year, and frankly, I think Pittsburgh and the Raiders are a bit overrated as well. Tom, look into your crystal ball. Who wins the Super Bowl? Not going to go Brady. Give me the Bills. Give me Josh Allen, Buffalo, Bills Mafia gets a Super Bowl ring for the first time. That'd be pretty fun on that standpoint. If you're watching on demand as opposed to live, you might be like, well, shucks, Tom, I can't get my questions answered on the mailbag. I'm not able to watch live. Good news. YouTube is trying to help you out here. They have added super thanks, and this allows you to donate outside of live videos. Before this, you could only super chat on live, nothing on demand to donate. What you do is click the little thanks icon, that third row. It's the heart with the $ in the middle. You can pick your amount and edit your message so that if you're watching this, instead of on Wednesdays live, on a Friday or a Saturday or a Sunday or whatever, you can still donate. We'll get a notification. We can add it to a future show for you. We appreciate your support here at Chat Sports. It's possible thanks to you guys. Any super thanks, even if there's no question, will get you a shout out on a future show. From KD, guess for comeback player of the year. I'm going to go with Derrick Henry. I think that's a pretty safe bet from that standpoint. Jameis Winston will be in the conversation as well. Deshaun Watson should be. I wonder if the voters will say no matter what to Deshaun. Beyond that, Christian McCaffrey is probably maybe a bit more under the radar than you expect. Bet looking at the odds here, he's tied for 5th. And I'll throw Michael Thomas in that conversation as well. Super chat again from Taylor Holland. NFL underdog for AFC and NFC Rookie of the Year. Alec Pierce on both sides of the ball. Okay, so there's a long, in-depth question here. We'll throw in AFC underdog for Rookie of the Year for Alec Pierce. That's fine with me. Beyond that, and I guess I got to do defense too. That's fine. NFC underdog for Rookie of the Year. How about Kenneth Walker? How about the Seahawks who want to run the football a lot? He gets that award over, I think, the betting favorite right now in Drake London. We can roll with Alec Pierce for AFC. For NFC Rookie of the Year and Defensive Rookie of the Year, I mean, Thibodeau's, I think, pretty clearly your betting favorite from that standpoint, so I don't want to go too far on that. Or maybe Hutchinson is your betting favorite, actually, now that I think about it more. So I'm not going to go Thibodeau. I just want to make sure I want to go beyond the normal route there. Stingley's too obvious. Is Kyle Hamilton cheating, Jeremy? Is that cheating for me? Because that's my guy. That's cheating? Okay, I got to go deeper. Okay, Trent McDuffie in the AFC, because I'm a big fan of his game. In the NFC defense, how about Andrew Booth of the Vikings? I think Booth could play a big-time role for Minnesota. From Epps CX, Will Anderson or Jalen Carter. So this is Bama edge rusher Will Anderson and Georgia defense lineman Jalen Carter. As we sit in the way too early process, two of the best players in next year's draft class. No wrong answer. Carter's going to be a stud, so is Anderson. But had both guys been draft eligible, I think Anderson would have been the first player taken in this year's class, and Carter might have been number 2, to be honest. Anderson is a stud. I think he is the best player in all of college football, and I thought he was that last year as well.